Hi everyone, and welcome to what we're now calling BU at Circle K podcast. The reason we're doing this is my commitment on the back of what happened to Derek and coming up to his 1 year anniversary was, let his legacy be that we were going to talk more, we were going to be more active, we were going to promote physical and mental health more. And I see this as a great opportunity to keep moving in 2025. So throughout the year, I'm going to get out and I'm going to spend time with different people. I'm going to learn about them. I'm going to go into their environment, whether that's walking, running, training in a gym, whether a bit of tennis or whatever the activity might be. My commitment is to get out and learn more about that, and most importantly, learn more about the person. Throughout that, we'll try to talk a little bit around physical and mental well-being. We'll talk a little bit about their lives. We'll talk about Circle K. But ultimately, it's just for me to try and learn more about them and to try and get deeper onto some of the challenges that might be facing people and how we can all work together to support one another. So today, my first one is going to be very interesting. It's on the back of a challenge that came at the last town hall. Looking forward to introduce you to him. So our first session is here with Irtaza.
Hello everyone.
On the back of the town hall last month, I sat there absolutely fascinated listening about Ramadan, because my brain was just thinking of, first and foremost, we don't know enough about Ramadan and all the beliefs, but more importantly, it was like, I was thinking, how do you function? How do you work? How do you train? How do you even just be you during the period of Ramadan when your body's obviously more drained? So much so, I set beside someone and said, I wonder, could I do Ramadan? And then quickly stopped. So I was really keen to try and learn more about that, which we're going to do. The second reason was Anthony stood up there and said, who'd lift heavier? So I brought you along here to the box,
we're gonna
which is where I train 5 days a week. And my aim now is we'll do a bit of exercise, but then we'll get on the bar and we'll see who can bench a little bit heavier.
Perfect. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Welcome to the box. This is
Perfect.
This is where I do my training. I come here 5 days a week here, Tal. So I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do a bit of strength, bit of conditioning, all done in a class with probably 10, 15 men and women. Great environment to be in. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays. So this morning I would have done like a high rock. So that's just flat out, empty the tank. It's just wanted to bring it along and see the environment. As you can see, it's not pretty fancy. But I absolutely love it because it gives me the structure. 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm here, and I'm finished at 7. Workout done for the day. I am going to ask you more in a little bit about your fitness regime. But first, I want to explain what we're going to do today. So we're going to do about 5K on the bike here. We get warmed up.
All right.
We'll do a little bit of a warm up with the bar, so we get the chest ready. I'm going to introduce you to this contraption behind us.
All right.
It's called the aerosol.
I'll just ignore that one.
Oh, this is 60 seconds flat out max calories, and your calorie is your score. And Aoife, our camera woman, she'll keep track.
I'm just gonna pull out the fasting card. Over there.
No. That's what we're doing during Ramadan.
Let's see.
And then I reckon you'll beat me on this. But I'm going to give you a good challenge. So we'll see whoever can do the heaviest bench.
Perfect.
Up for it?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I suppose really, I wanted to kind of kick off the conversation with probably knowing a little bit more about you. So tell me about you, where you're from, how long you've been in Ireland. It'd be really interesting to know more.
So I came to Ireland about 2 years ago, mid of COVID, or maybe towards the end of COVID. And I initially came for my master's over here. Did my master's in New City.
What was your master's in?
It was in business analytics.
Okay.
So
and had you started that back at home?
So I did my bachelor's, worked in data analytics for about 2 years over there, and then realized that this is something that is not being implemented well back in my home country, but also because my background was accounting and finance, so I needed something that ascertains a kind of a credentials or a certification that could ascertain my transition from accounting to data analytics. So having worked there for 2 years, I took the decision that I needed to go for my master's over there. I came. I initially Ireland. This is a funny story. Ireland was never in the books.
Yeah.
Ireland was kind of, you could say, the last option, and
All right.
you know,
Cheers, mate.
there's a there's a habit of how things work out.
Yeah.
So
So
I
where did you end up in Ireland?
initially I wanted to go to Copenhagen. There was a university over there, and like my family abroad
Yeah.
was based in Copenhagen as well, so it would have been an easier transition. But I didn't get a scholarship over there.
Right.
It was really expensive, so that shot down.
Yeah.
Then I decided for Canada, and I had to give my GRE, but that didn't work out as well.
Yeah.
So then I came to the UK, and there was a joke started in my family that what part of the world are you in right now?
Yeah.
So it was like I was trying everywhere. So
Surely the God you wanted Ireland over the
yeah,
UK.
yeah, I was like, I'd rather my Singapore Island came like I came up across UCD, and the course was really good, and I was like, I was honestly not a big fan of going to the UK because like everyone used to go to the UK.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need a bigger challenge, and like I need something that I can, you know, a place where I can learn what I need to do as well. So the degree was really good. So I came here in the middle of COVID, totally unprepared, and life was interesting going for the coming months because I was kind of really unprepared in terms of how Ireland would be regarding the. You'd hear stories about the housing crisis and everything, but I think I got a flavor of that firsthand. So the transition was a bit tough in the beginning, but I would say like it was necessary as well. I came from a very sheltered background. I was very. My family was.
Where it is home?
So I'm originally from Islamabad in Pakistan, and I've lived there for like 21 years of my life.
What age you?
I'm 27.
So you have youth on your side as well.
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
family. Okay,
Yeah. So I came to Ireland when I was 23.
yeah.
Yeah, damn, 5 years.
Wow.
Wow, so 23. I came here when I was 23. Oh
Big
yeah,
move for someone
Yeah.
23 to move
Um,
from Islamabad to Dublin.
Dublin, yeah, and like whole of my family was against it as well. I would say because they were like, you could go to so many other countries, but you chose this one place where like you didn't know anyone.
What's the crack?
I was like,
Basically,
basically,
Pakistani people
weird.
thinking that Ireland's a bad place to be.
It wasn't actually Ireland being a bad place. It was like you'd hardly have any Pakistanis
Yeah.
over here. Like it's a very small community, so they were conscious about that. So when I told them that okay, I'm gonna move here, and it's when I took the decision, they were like okay, but just know that we don't know anyone over there. So
And have you any family here, Irtaza?
so I have my one of my cousins from my extended family,
Yeah.
but other than that, no.
Your parents and
Everyone,
close family are all back in Pakistan.
Yeah, everyone is based in Pakistan.
And obviously you came during COVID, so do you
Yeah.
get to see them much? Have you been back? Have you been home?
So in the 4 years that I've been here, I've been home back 2 times.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah,
Probably initially couldn't get home. I'd
yeah.
imagine, COVID.
For the first 4.5 years, I
Yeah.
couldn't. But yeah, I mean Ireland's amazing to be honest. I didn't adjust to it first, but later on, I kind of really like basically Dublin as a city. It's very similar to my city back home, Islamabad. So like, whole lot of greens, and it's a beautiful capital as well. There's a lot of parallels in terms of
So
how the city
what do you
looks.
miss most about Islamabad?
The food,
Food,
the
okay.
food. It's a small city. Everyone knows everyone over there. So a lot of my friends as well.
Population similar to Dublin or smaller than Dublin?
It's twice of Dublin, I would say.
Okay, so
It's twice of Ireland, I would say.
Islamabad population.
Yeah, Islamabad.
You said everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
Oh. So food, what's the weather like?
Weather is very nice. We get like all 4 seasons. It's really beautiful. Right now, it's going to be sunny as well. And it's a planned city. Like you go through most of Pakistan, it wouldn't be. There will be a lot of hustling and bustling.
Yeah.
But Islamabad is kind of quiet. Like that's why there was a lot of parallels with Dublin. So I didn't feel that alienated with the city, but it was more about adjusting over here to how things work with the people over here as well.
So let me ask you, what do you dislike most about Ireland?
What I dislike most about Ireland. So I'm a big foodie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like that's something I miss the most. You can get good food
Where's
over
the best Pakistani food in Ireland? I don't need to go.
here.
None.
No, to be honest, no, it's nowhere close. Like I would say,
You
no.
have to have it. Like, there has to be a best.
Like there is Zoc in Blanchardstown.
Okay.
That's somewhat near, but like
Nowhere near.
no, yeah, no.
Okay, so most is like the food. Anything that you like about Irish food? Have you tried some traditional Irish
I
dishes?
did. No.
Fan of any? Do you like
No.
Guinness?
Oh, we can't drink, so
You don't drink, so-
yeah.
Do you like Guinness Zero?
I mean, like I remember, like the first day I came over here, my friend had me. I think it was Guinness Zero as well, and I was like, why would I drink this? It tastes so bad for me. At least. I was like,
No.
that's like,
It takes time to get used.
yeah. I was like, no, it's like even the concept of zero doesn't attract me. I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
So-
I wouldn't drink
Yeah.
Zero either.
So
And what do you like most about here, Irtaza?
I would say the scenery, the landscapes as well. Like it's a beautiful country.
Have you got to see much of it?
I've been to Donegal, I've been to Kerry,
Gorgeous.
I've been to Cork.
Yeah.
I've been to most of Dublin.
Been to Galway?
I've been to Galway as well.
Galway's a
Yeah,
good spot,
I actually did.
Yeah.
But like just the drive
see-
over there, like
yeah.
it's beautiful. It's actually
And it's quite
breathtaking.
small to get around.
Yeah,
You can drive
yeah.
from Dublin to Cork in
Like
2.5 hours.
yeah. It's pretty easy going there as well. And then just the drive, I really enjoyed the drive as well. Like it's really peaceful. You see these beautiful landscapes. It's really breathtaking, I would say.
What about people? Everyone knows the Irish people.
Yeah. So I'd say whenever people back at home ask me of my, because back at home they're like, okay, so when are you coming back?
Yeah.
So I'm like, the only thing that's keeping me back in Ireland majorly, beside work, is the people over there. That's one up I'd give to the people even back at home, because the respect that they show, the professionalism, and even the way they just interact with you. I find Irish people very friendly. I really enjoy communicating with people. Like I would be considered somewhat of an introvert back at home, but that changed when I came over here, because like it was so easy to talk to people. It wasn't like you wouldn't think twice about it. Like I'd had people, unknown people that I didn't know, help me as well. So like I have mad respect for that.
Good.
So yeah, I mean like
So
that's-
people and scenery, but not the food.
not the food.
Yeah, you're talking about food.
Yeah.
Obviously, the main piece that Irish people probably understand, or know I do, around Ramadan or understand is you got to fast.
Yeah.
So talk to me. How many days are you into Ramadan now so far?
So we're 20 days into Ramadan now.
And it lasts how long?
31 days.
Oh, so you're nearly there. You're on,
Yeah,
you're
we're
on the
almost
home
at like 10
stretch.
days. Oh yeah.
So tell me about Ramadan. What is it? Why do you do it? Where does it fall in terms of religious beliefs?
Yeah. So Ramadan, in terms of religious beliefs, is kind of like the pillars of Islam. Like every Muslim is expected to do it, and I would say
Why are you expected?
I wouldn't even use the word expected to do it. It's something that every Muslim looks forward to it. Why we do it? It's basically Islam is more about how you connect with the people
Yeah.
around you, as a society. It's a very collective religion, and Ramadan fits in this way that it's there to kind of how do I say empathize with the people who are less fortunate.
Okay.
And if you look at Ramadan, it's in its essence, it's a month where you practice self-restraint. So part of Islam, what it teaches us is that a man or a person should not be subjected to, or like how do I say, a victim of his desires, right? So even
Right.
how I don't know, if you look at some philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, he says that a man isn't truly free unless uh, he's free from his desires. So this fits in very perfectly with Ramadan. So like
Yeah.
you not eating is only one part. It's more about uh, breaking the habit of what you're actually doing in your day-to-day life,
Okay.
kind of having a lens focus on your daily routine, and then assessing what you're doing. Is it really important? How is anything that you're doing affecting people? Are you conscious of that? And then making sure
Very
that
interesting.
you are basically self-aware of everything that you're doing and how you can improve as a person going forward. So like,
So,
you
so
know,
what else do you do? So other than the fasting, which we all know, what else on that self-reflection on that?
yeah.
What do you do during Ramadan?
So self-reflection in terms of there are some things which are frowned upon in the religion, even small things like listening to music, um, uh, indulging yourself in gluttony, and then over overspending on yourself as well. I would say.
As
So,
in clothes or
as in
just
clothes and stuff you don't really need, to be
okay.
honest. Like, you know, you're like people. You'd see most of the people there. They'd they'd have a habit of uh, how I could say fulfilling one's own self. So it's not only this month, and this is what the religion teaches you as well. Like you should uh, invest invest in yourself to the point where you think you can kind of uh, how do I say uh, justify why you need something,
Yeah.
but you need to be like there needs to be a fine line where instead of me um, beside also doing Ramadan and when I'm not eating food, I am doing a lot of charity. Uh,
Man.
I am doing a lot of volunteering as well. I'm a local mosque. I am overindulging myself in my prayers as well. And then,
Just during Ramadan or all year
no, I
round?
mean, all year round. Over this month, you try to do voluntary prayers as well. You try to um, yeah, you try to have people over as well, and you're hosting a lot of people as well. It's about community building as well. So it's more about like, you know,
Yeah.
look around you. You don't need to live in isolation, right? So I've met the most people in Ramadan, people even not in my from my country, and for them welcoming me, and then even offering me food, offering me rides, offering me like uh, any help that I need, you know, just building contacts. Because you're very you're open to the Muslim community as a whole.
Yeah.
So it's these things like, you know, um,
It's, it's great to know actually because I think the diet or the lack of food is it's probably the thing people talk about most, but it's
yeah,
more around the reset on you as an individual.
exactly.
You know, and if I was to liken that to what it sounds like for us, COVID was like that. I remember
Yeah,
COVID came and went, and it was like we need to change how we do
yeah,
things. We need to prioritize
yeah,
what's really important, and then like everything, you reset.
yeah,
And the only other thing I can think of is like when somebody close to us dies. In Ireland, anyway,
exactly.
we
Yeah,
all do this piece where we say, well, it's not really important. The nice clothes or the new car or the
exactly.
fancy
Yeah,
holiday or the eating out or the social. It's more around what really matters.
yeah,
And we always say, that's it, I'm going to be different. And then you
exactly.
don't. What I love about listening to you is Ramadan is almost like you're religion is all about that. But
Exactly.
Ramadan's almost like once a year,
Yeah.
we're going to really focus in
Yeah.
on them core beliefs.
Exactly. It's you when you do this, when you go out of fresh out of Ramadan, you're actually, it's kind of a reality check as well that you get,
Yeah.
which, as you give a really good analogy, like, you know, when someone dies, which you do it. But even like a big thing about Ramadan is you can't go into Ramadan if you haven't had a quarrel with someone, if you haven't forgiven them.
All right.
So,
Okay.
like,
You have to going into this Ramadan. You
Yeah.
seem like fairly chill. So you
yeah,
probably don't argue too much.
yeah, everyone loves me.
If you
So
if
it's
you had
hard.
an argument, but let's say in work, would that relate? So let's say you and Paul Rick weren't getting along.
Yeah,
Would you settle that quarrel before, or would you?
100%. Yeah,
You would.
if you weren't talking, we would have to be like, okay, listen, this is a month of self-reflection, and before starting, I want to set off a new road. So,
Yeah.
like, let's bury the hatchet, and let's move forward with new
Yeah.
aspirations. So, stuff like that. It's a lot of
Really interesting.
good that comes with it. Not and then even when Ramadan ends, like it's when you go so deep into life, then you kind of go into the same routine
Yeah.
where you're not conscious of yourself. So when you come back into Ramadan, you're like, okay, well, there's so much things that I hadn't. So luckily for me, it wasn't that much because like I've been practicing my religion a lot. Ever since I came to Ireland, surprisingly, because
Okay.
that is
More
another
conscious of
story
it.
as well. Yeah, there's because back at home, you'd say like the religion was given to you and the practices to come with it. Over here, kind of doing it on my own accord, I realized the importance of it. So you don't realize
Yeah, I get
something
that.
when you don't, when it's given to you. So like I had
Some
to
of them, when we were
discover.
younger, we were made go to
Yeah,
church, let's say,
yeah,
and then you don't fully appreciate what you're doing. You just see it as a
yeah,
task
yeah.
or I have to go. Whereas what I'm hearing from you is you now realise it's important to
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually the cultural part as well. Like part of Southeast Asian culture is tied with religion. So like if you don't follow the religion, you're kind of losing your culture as well.
Yeah.
So, because all our cultural activities like Eid or even our holidays back at home, they're tied around uh, Islam as well. So, uh, understanding the emphasis of it and then practicing it really opened my eyes, I'd say.
Talk to me about it.
So, Eid is kind of our Christmas where we go all out morning to night
Yeah.
and even midnight. So, you're like, you take breaks. It's a lovely
So
feast, I would
Eid
say.
is it the end of Ramadan or is
Yeah.
it like the last day?
Yeah, Eid. No, it's the day after
Day after.
31st. Yeah,
So you finished, and
yeah,
then the next day you've got Eid.
yeah. So
Okay.
Eid is basically like all these people who actually practice Ramadan,
Yeah.
and now they're all celebrating together. So like it's also like there's everyone will have new learnings through it, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like we went through this journey together,
Yeah.
and now we're celebrating it. So it'll be relatives going from one house to another, and then for us, it's all of our cousins get together. So it's a good,
Loads of food.
yeah, loads of food, and it's a good It's a good, I would say, homecoming as well, because all of my family. At this time, I was just telling Aoife that I'll have. I haven't celebrated Eid for like 2 years
You haven't?
with my family.
Oh, what with your
With
family?
my
Of
family.
course, yeah.
So this time, the last time I was in Pakistan, my mom made sure like she was like, "Don't come in the winters. I know you hate winters over there. Don't come in the winters. But I definitely need you over here in Eid."
So
So
you're going home soon?
yeah, I'm going home next week.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's cool. So that'll be your
yeah,
first Eid
back,
celebration
yeah,
since you moved to Ireland.
yeah, with my
Very nice.
family. Yeah.
I
So
picture it as loads of colour,
yeah, yeah.
loads of good food,
It's gonna be loads of
music.
kind of, yeah, yeah. It depends, and lots of traveling as well. Like the first
Lots of
day,
what?
traveling.
Traveling.
So the first day you would go around people's houses, and then just meet them, and then have food over there. Then they'd be coming over to you, and then they'd be like, us going to our friends' places as well. So it's like as much people you can fit in a day. The second day you'd actually just try to go out somewhere. Um, or maybe just meet the same people again. So like anything that it's like a do all holiday. So
Yeah,
You'd not go back to your old self, but like
Yeah.
go back to an improved
Yeah.
version of you. Yeah.
Okay. And tell me about during Ramadan.
Yeah.
How do you function? So like when
Yeah.
you're not putting enough food into your
Huh.
body, like I assume you can't have any water. So
No.
you're gonna train. Like if I was in the gym now, I'd be
Yeah.
drinking water all the time.
Yeah.
So you train, you can't take water, you
Yeah.
can't put food in during the day, you're in
Yeah.
work, you've got deadlines to hit, you've got to do your training, you've got to do
Yeah.
everything else. How do you make it work?
I mean, I think it's the power of the mind, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, your body is a lot more powerful than you eat. And I realized going into Ramadan that half of the time that I was eating, I didn't actually need it. I have a practice of stress eating a lot.
Yeah.
Like, even during work, I'd be like my morning coffee, then my lunch, then I'd go to the gym, then another meal going back, and then snipping something in the middle of the night just before sleep. So when you minimize that down to only 2 meals, you realize like it was hard first, but like my body's still surviving, and I feel more healthy, to be honest. I'd say like I'd how do I say, like it's a much bigger improvement in terms of life. Um, it's the only challenge is staying awake. Uh, you really find it hard to balance your sleep. Um, but other than that, it's pretty easy, I would say. Like for me at least, like for someone like
But you're
with the
nearly
water,
through it now. So
yeah,
your body's probably adjusted at this point.
yeah.
Do you lose much weight during it?
I don't. Other people do. Other people do. Yeah, I don't.
Savon, I picture
Yeah, I was
as a fasting technique.
See, the thing is like when you're breaking your fast, it's like your stomach's all crumbled up.
Yeah.
So you can put as much food that you want, and then you still don't realize that you're full.
Yeah.
So
You have to
with the capacity that I have, I can eat a whole.
you're consuming a lot.
Yeah. So I kind of even it out. I was conscious of it in the first, but then I was like,
Just normal now.
yeah. It's just,
So, what do you do to train outside all the
Yeah.
time? You're obviously quite fit. So,
yeah.
what's your week look like?
So I do Monday, Tuesdays are push day and pull day,
Push and
and
pull.
yeah,
Okay.
and Wednesday is leg day. So and then I repeat that on Thursday and Friday as well.
Right.
So like 2 push, 2 pull, and 2 leg days on a single week,
Yeah.
and then
So, how many days are you doing? 6 or 5?
somewhere about 6, I'd say, yeah, and then somewhere around I would say um, an hour before that I'd go for on the elliptical.
What's that mean?
So I do like 30 minutes on the elliptical, then do my workout. So like it'll be 30 minutes of an elliptical, then a push day, then 30 minutes back on the elliptical.
What's an elliptical mean?
So it's the one where you kind of
All right,
do
so
it.
that's
Yeah.
your kind of
It's
cardio.
kind of,
is
yeah,
it?
resembles that, but like
Okay.
standing.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll.
Yeah.
Do
you need a spot?
When do you train?
Huh?
When do you train? Do you train mornings, evenings?
I do evenings, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And you
it's
do your own piece? Do you train with somebody?
I do my own thing. I've actually been training since I was 17.
17?
Yeah. So it's like 10 years now. Um, yeah, I've gotten used to it by now.
And you don't like training with people at all?
No, I haven't tried. I did try it, uh, but like the people I've actually given a try with were people who were starting new at the gym. So it'd be me more teaching them how to do it. So I haven't seen them being consistent with me. The gym has been kind of the one consistent thing in my life for about like past 10 years. It's the place where I like kind of silence my thoughts,
Yeah.
kind of focus on the day, kind of do
Do
a
you
bit
listen
of
to
self.
music? Or do you...
I do. I also listen to podcasts as well sometimes. So like, it's more about in between sets I'm kind of self-reflecting.
Come on, jump
What
down there,
happened? How did it
don't be
happen?
standing
Yeah,
around. We're here to walk.
yeah.
Particularly hating the gym that you have to make yourself do, or
Uh, kind of. I think what you do. maybe. I don't know.
yeah,
I haven't given that a try. So
yeah, we'll put a bit of weight on. And tell me this, so what do
yeah,
you put into your body to help you build? So I looked on your work day.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you're only with us 2 years. You looked a lot trimmer than that.
yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Like
So,
that. That
so
was
how have you beefed up? What have you done to
how
beef up?
I'd say it's probably genetics. I would say I
Stop.
come on. I was like
You weren't looking like that 2 years ago.
I've it's actually at that time, at that picture that you saw, uh, I actually toned down a lot. Like I didn't want this
Okay.
physical build.
Yeah.
Um, but then I had a lot of free time as well. So like I was running, I was doing a lot of cardio, and then I was really controlling my diet as well. So I
Okay.
went up to about like 85 back then.
Okay.
But now with work, with life, and then I've seen like your performance really decreases as well as you age. So
As you age, you're 27.
I I mean it is a factor. Like I can't
Don't
be
let age become a problem.
I
You can
can't.
keep going. Oh, you're very lean. You can see that.
uh,
You can see you're bigger now.
yeah.
So obviously what you're doing is working.
So yeah, actually, the biggest blow was that when I stopped running, I actually tore my ACL, and it hasn't really recovered. So
Did you have an operation on it, or were you just leaving
I
it to heal?
I actually wear a brace when I'm doing leg days.
Okay.
So it's not even ACL. It's more like uh, it's called patellar tendonitis.
Yeah.
It's actually something to do with the joint that's joining your uh, this joint basically over
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
right? So the doctor said like you need like 6 months of rest, just not walking or anything, because it's in an area where either you get some like cryotherapy
Yeah.
or you really let it loose.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of rehabilitation that I'm doing. Um, but yeah, that stopped me from running. So like I do miss running a lot. That's why I do the elliptical, because with the elliptical it's like
Yeah. It's
kind of
you're not moving. You're
with the
not
movement
twisting.
of the tree. So
Yeah.
made me gain a lot of weight.
Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, the thing first and foremost is diet. 80% of
yeah,
how you look and feel is diet. We
yeah.
all know that. But cardio, the people who, if you run more, well, then you're going to be leaner. If you
Exactly.
lift
Yeah,
more, you're going to be more built. I
yeah,
mean, the bit that I've learned probably over the last 3 to 4 years is the older you get, and you're still very young,
yeah.
you need to build strength.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
you get into your 50s and 60s when you're potentially a fall, the stronger you are, the better you have a chance of recovering. So
Yeah.
you see a lot of people who run and are very lean early in life.
Yeah.
They really should be building up their strength as they get older, because that's when you need it,
Yeah.
and your muscle just deteriorates every year you get older. So in a way, what you're doing is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But then when you go and talk to anybody, it is getting the balance between cardio, which is good for your heart,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
obviously then
It's more
lifting, which is good for your
cardiovascular
strength.
exercises that you need to get a hold of. Yeah, I'd say.
But you know what, Irtaza, it's the biggest understated thing. It's what training does for your mental
Mind.
health.
Exactly. Yeah.
People all overlook that. They think it's how you look, how you feel, how you can, get around and be active. But it's mental. Like I know, once I don't train,
Exactly.
I'm
That.
not as clear
Yeah.
as I should be, or more
Yeah.
susceptible to be down. And we know how important
Yeah.
mental health is.
And I'll add to that, like I live with my friends. Like there's four of my friends that I live with over here, and they take a piss of me at me saying that why are you at the gym? Like there needs to be something more interesting in your life, and I'm like it's the benefits that come from it. It's my place where I zone myself out and kind of have all my thoughts to myself, and then reassess everything. Um, Even if terms of you having a bad day,
Yeah.
or even in terms of your mood being down, it really helps with me.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What's your views on mental health? And I mean, suicide, as we know,
yeah,
is the top killer of men in Ireland.
yeah,
It's the top killer in Ireland, but
yeah,
it's the top killer particularly for men, which is driven mainly by mental health.
yeah,
What's your own views? Having come over to this country, do you think it's
yeah,
worse here than Pakistan?
yeah.
Do we do enough? Any
I'd,
views on it?
I'd say the main factor that I saw was different was in back at home. It's a more collective culture where you have your family
Yeah.
be more in touch with you, kind of be more in your business with everything, and then it's more like a collective way of upbringing as well. Like as a society, as people around you, it's kind of uh, almost necessary for us to keep in touch with everyone. Like I'm even being so far away from my family, I am in touch with everyone. Like I'd have these
FaceTime type of thing.
FaceTime
Yeah.
calls
Okay.
with people even that I barely used to talk to as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, more in touch with
yeah,
them
so
now
like
as well. Yeah.
so I'd say I've seen more of an individualistic culture over here, where like people are more about going in their days.
What do you
And
think that is? Because
um,
like Ireland 30 years ago maybe
yeah,
was more probably what you're describing, family,
exactly.
close communities, and even when I talk to people who live outside of Dublin in particular,
Yeah,
it's still very much family. I
or in
think
yeah,
Mary
yeah,
Mary lives very close to her
yeah,
parents. She helps out, so there's a real sense of family support there.
yeah.
What do you think it is? Do you think it's that we've gone too fast paced, we're separated? Anything?
I'd say that it's more about uh, I just say it's the dangerous effects of capitalism, uh,
Okay.
where like everyone is about in their day, very focused on their own self. Very I've had very less conversations like these with with an Irish person rather than people from my own background, right?
Okay, so you would say
Yeah,
that the friends you live with, your Pakistani friends,
yeah,
they would be more open to talking about these
100%,
things.
hundred
Wow.
percent. Yeah, we're really big on communication, in even in terms of family problems, in terms of how the day is going, how your general day is going about as well, and even in terms of like the challenges that you're facing as well, like where we're if you're facing something, whether it's being monetary or non-monetary, even in terms of family, we're like, okay, how can, even though it's not their problem, but like how can they support us? Because there is the notion is that you're kind of all in the same boat coming over here, and we've all left our homes. We came over here, so
You need to support one another.
practically we only have each other. Yeah,
Anthony stood up there and said,
yeah,
who'd lift heavier?
yeah,
So I brought you along here
yeah,
to the box,
yeah. We're gonna.
which is where I train 5 days a week.
Yeah,
And my aim now is we'll do a bit of exercise, but then we'll get on the bar and we'll see who can bench a little bit heavier.
perfect, perfect. Yeah, let's go.
What is your max bench, just out of curiosity?
Right, 10 above what yours.
What?
10 above whatever yours.
I thought you were going to say 60. Over there, about 40 seconds.
All right.
I'll do a score, and then you go max 30 seconds.
All right, do I do over there?
Glad we didn't do 60 seconds. Trick is pump hands,
Yeah.
legs, go as hard as you can,
All right.
and then just finish it. Go! Come on! Big unit yet, come on!
Straight.
That's 1-0, Nick. Watch him, Aoife. Easy. I'm gonna lose this one, aren't I? 95 kg. Don't you help me, I was getting back up. 95, I got 100. I won't get any more than that.
Come on, Paul, you can do it. Yeah. Oh, let's go.
I'm a bit. I won't go much heavier than that.
Oh, one more.
Tell me what you're about. I'm not doing 10s. Just for the record. I'll watch it for this.
Honest. I don't need a sword.
Just in case. Imagine you're choking on camera.
Oh my god.
Put it down to your fasting. Show off.
It's a one-off.
This is you fasting. I can't even get near you. So
it's one-off.
he's doing it. Yeah, I'll give him that.